Hey y'all, I'm just getting to the chat. I know you missed me. I don't have any viewers yet, but let's see. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, okay, good. Trying to check to see. I see y'all coming in. I'm trying to get to my chat. All right. My dog is cry babying in the background, but hey, Joanna. Hey, Rascally Rabbit. Hey, Raleigh. Let me see. Her name is I think it's Svetlana. Mystery guest. Scott Balo says, I can't chat, but wanted to say hi and love you. Night night. Good night, Scott Balo. That's fine. I'm going to miss some good stuff, though. Okay. I'm trying to send her an invite. I don't want to do it that way. Let's see. Hey, Patrick. What's up? Trying to email my friend a link. I hope she'll be my friend. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to have to go. I have to do this real quick. I should have written her email down. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to get this set up. Okay, I'm gonna have to put my old lady glasses on. Hey, meditation man. Hey, Lindsay. Ooh, Rascally Rabbit sent me some carrots. I like that. Cool. All right, I've sent that. So while we wait. All right, good deal. All right, let me see. I don't know if y'all can hear me. All right, can y'all hear me? Yeah, okay. I can see the little bars. At any rate, Rowley's going to eat all the carrots. Y'all can hear me okay? I missed you guys. Okay, cool. Joanna says she can hear me. Okay, well, I was away. I did a lot of crazy stuff. I had some crazy experiences. Let's see. I did a lot of reflection. I prayed. I meditated. And when I say meditate, like, I don't want you to get me wrong about what I did. I'm going to explain to y'all how I did it. It occurred to me not that long ago. You know how I'm always saying things like, I believe that, demons and people, people who are like severely unaffected, like people call them NPCs, but I think they're still human. I don't think that people are not human. I mean, I could be wrong, so you can change my mind on that. But I think they like operate at a low vibration. So I decided to stop meditating in my lower part of my body. I know Linz will get this. So what I've been experimenting with, is I start to, when I meditate, I focus on my heart. I focus all my energy on my heart, and I will sit there and like I get comfortable in a quiet place, and I wrote some of this down so that way I can get what I wanted to say across. But I'll get in a comfortable, quiet place. I work on clearing my mind. I get my mind to the point where I'm not having random thoughts coming in, which is something I've worked on for years. I mean, that's like a being in the now technique that I've worked on for years and years. Okay, and then I imagine this really strong feeling coming from my heart. And for me, I'm a follower of Christ. So, I mean, I'm not a religious person. I don't go to church. I don't believe in religion, but just that love and, connection with the creator, that's something that I truly believe in. So, and I believe that, the church is you, and you are the temple, and then it exists inside of you. Like, I don't think you can find it outside of yourself. So I let that love like build and build and build in my heart. And I let it swell up, and I dwell on the love that Jesus Christ put into my heart, especially when I was locked up in prison. So, I mean, that's where I had a lot of my main experiences. So I think about what it was like when I was in his presence, when it supernaturally, like, I try to get the Holy Ghost to like really fill me up with all that love and joy, and just really focus on it. And then I push it up, and I push it up through my throat, through my head, up through my crown. Then I try to connect with God, with our creator. And I feel that connection. So I've been meditating like that, and I've been doing it outside. I've been sitting on the ground. I've been grounding every day. I have not had sex in over a month. So, and I'm starting to understand, like, the red pelvic. I was staying away from all that. So I started it with my green, like with my heart and up. Like, I didn't even align my lower self. I just didn't do it. So it was just an experiment. I'm just trying to see. So, but I'm starting to understand why nuns and religious people don't have sex. There's something to it. It's like it builds up something in you. And I'm not sure. I mean, and I know that like New Age people talk about Christ consciousness or whatever. And I'm not sure about all that. Like, for a while I was thinking, yeah, I think that's probably right. But like during this experience, I changed my mind about it. So let's see. I'm just, I just think that Jesus Christ and God have sought to show us they're like, I think that God came and made himself human through this person. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, it may not have happened when they say it did, because, I think all history is bullshit. So, I mean, I think I'm starting to believe, and I got this sense while I was meditating, that the reason you see the Jesus story over and over again in history is because it probably happened a long time ago, or it's more recent, and they just lie about the past. Because really, if you think about like ancient Sumerian tablets and just whatever, they can say it says whatever they want to say. Do you really know? I mean, did you go study it? I mean, and you have like all these symbols on these tablets and on these clay tablets, and like the Anunnaki and all that stuff. It's like, how do you really know what it even says? So I think that's why it's important to realize that it like exists inside of you. It can't be told to you by a person. I just don't think so. I'm like coming to that conclusion, I don't know. But there's this guy named Suso, and I don't know if y'all have watched him, but he talked about like focusing on stars. And I think if you've watched me for any amount of time, I think all the stars are like alive. I think they're angels. So I was outside meditating and I was focusing on the stars, and I started to see them kind of react. And it was an awesome experience. I was sitting there, like an orb came to me and whispered in my ear. And this is what it said. I wrote it down. Let's see. This is what it said to me. It said, stop before you take in the suffering of animals and people. Love everything you eat and drink. Lovingly pray over your food, grow your own food. And I'm telling you, I've been saying that anyway. And then it says, love everyone. Find the peace of me that exists there. Visit the elderly, the incarcerated, the sick, and listen lovingly to all of their troubles. In this you will heal them. Share with them the love of the one who created you. And then it says, stop before you are led astray from the way of the holy ones. Refrain from judgment of anyone. Try to understand and love even the person you would consider unsavable, the rapist, the murderer. All are loved by the Creator. I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of emotional. It was such an awesome experience, y'all. I mean, it just really was. And then it also told me, and I was saying, am I right to try to break my patterns? Am I right to try to break my programming? Like, tell me what to do. And it says, you are right to break the patterns of the automatic programmed living. I have given you the gift of the truth. No matter what happens, I will wipe every tear from your eye. And in the end of your life, I will give you rest. Because it's something I've been like really upset about, like thinking that I'm gonna have to keep doing this over and over again. And at the end, when it was leaving me, it was like, you will dwell in the house of the Lord, and you do dwell in the house of the Lord. And it just, I don't know, guys, it was awesome. It just gave me so much comfort and peace. I mean, I just recommend it. Sit there and try to really connect if you can, if you're able. And during that time, I just didn't, I would look at my phone sometimes, but just really didn't look at my phone a lot. I wasn't on the computer a whole lot. I mean, I used it for work when I had to. I made phone calls or whatever, but I wasn't just like, I had gotten to the point where I was just like constantly staring at it. I felt like I was just staring into a black mirror, just like constant, and it was really breaking me away from relationships, of people in my life. I don't know, but I really wanted to have a connection, like a real experience. And I sat there and meditated and asked for it for days until it finally happened. But I wasn't eating, and I don't know if this had anything to do with it, but I wasn't eating meat. I was constantly praying. I was just like meditating all the time. Like all my thoughts were on the Lord. All my thoughts were just trying to connect. Like, please give me the connection. Please give me a connection. Like, can it be tonight? Can it be tonight? Just aggravating the tar out of whatever made me until I had an experience. I just had to have it. I don't know. It was really crazy. Well, I invited somebody to come in. I don't know if they're going to. I'm hoping. I don't know. I'm going to look through the chat and see what. Sorry, I rambled forever. It's very exciting to me. And I feel good too. I just feel, I don't know, like I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to. I don't know. It's been a long time coming. Let's see. Oh, hey, QP. I didn't know you were in here. Said hello to Raleigh. I said hello to Lynn's. Cool. Yeah, Joanna Williams. Yeah, just unaware lower chakra. You must be talking about the supposed NPCs. I mean, these people just, that's why it seems that, this is what I think. I think it seems that way to us, that they're like these non-playable characters, or not real or whatever, because it's all going on at once. Like all time, I think all time is just happening at once. All realities are happening in the same place. There aren't other worlds. I mean, it's all right here and it's all going on right now, you know? And but y'all know I've been saying that. Let's see. Wesley Rabbit agrees with me. Everybody says it sounds good. Yeah, the pineal is a 6. Guess what, y'all? I went and had a brain scan, and the tumor in my pituitary gland is gone. It's fucking gone. I've been worried about having to have that thing removed for years, and it is gone. God healed me, y'all. That shit is gone. I've been having, like, I mean, because I noticed, I thought, oh, well, I'm finally getting old enough, like the breast milk's going away and all that, because it was causing me to produce breast milk like I was pregnant. And they said it's not there anymore. They were really upset. They were like, we don't understand. So, hey, what's up?
Hi. It finally worked. Took
Oh,
me a
you got it to
while.
work? Cool. Good deal. I was just telling them I had a brain scan the other day. I had a tumor in my pituitary gland, and it's gone. It disappeared.
That's how it's supposed to work. We're not supposed to get sick.
Yeah, I
That
mean, it's just amazing. It's like it's proof that it works, that faith works.
yeah. It's like whatever you believe, like really, really believe, it can come true right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Thank you, baby. It's my daughter handing me stuff. Love you. Oh, it's okay. It's all right. That's my daughter coming in. She ran to the grocery. So hey, yeah, I see your comments all the time, and I'm like this. I was like, this person knows what the deal is. Like you really know what's going on. You know what I mean? So
Well, I don't know everything because if I
right.
did, I wouldn't be here.
My husband's always telling me, keep it up and you're going to disappear.
That's the idea. That's the idea. When you know everything in this realm, you're gonna be able to get out.
I
But
hope
I,
so.
I think we're gonna be exiting in mass. So
So, do you think there's going to be a rapture?
seems like it. It's like I am not a religious person, and I never read the Bible. I heard
Right.
about it, and I heard about lion and a lamp and everything else, but it's never resonated with me. Like the first thing when you start reading, it's about Eve being made from the rib of Adam, and it just like threw me off because I have like really strong sense when I read the truth and when I read the lie. It's like totally different body response. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, no, that's not me. I was not created that way. So
See,
yeah, I
I
think.
agree because it was written by men. You can't trust it.
Well, seems like a lot of there is coming to fruition. It's been written before it was corrupted. It's been written for us to see what's going on right now.
Yeah.
But because it has so much disinformation in it, you have to really, really like get information in, filter it, and see what resonates with you, what's not.
Yeah. I
I,
agree.
I think I'm gonna go to the balcony. It feels safe there. This way, my people not gonna disturb me.
Oh yeah.
I have such a mess here. Sorry. Okay. Oh, now I'm more comfortable. All right. Information. I'm getting information from where? Because people interesting. I did a quantum healing hypnosis session, which is 2.5 hours of deep hypnosis.
Yeah.
It's you really go deep into your subconscious, and you actually realize who you are. Well, not everybody seems to have this. I went there, and I know who I am, and I know what I'm doing here. And the second experience, I did ayahuasca on my own without. I just, I just brew it. I bought stuff for myself. I brew it. I did ayahuasca, and it's pretty much ayahuasca. It's what happened to you after you die. So
So what, like the flood of
you
DMT?
literally, leaving your well, not exactly leaving your body. You're still with your body, but you're able to access realms that not accessible in a normal state.
Yeah.
And in ayahuasca experience, I saw the matrix itself, and it's like in Greek mythology when they saying the sirens produce this which attracts spirits, and we get trapped here. That's exactly what it is. It's actually literally music, and everything moves. It's everything around you. It's like actually you project stuff around yourself. It's like the stream of information got in your body, and you project everything you see around yourself. You projecting it. It's
See, and that
it's
sounds
not
right to
easy.
me. That sounds
It's
right
not easy
because
for us to understand. But for people who are younger and who like in computers and stuff, they would be able to understand much easier because it's like, uh, you know, when people playing video games, like there is right now video games they call virtual video games, and you're wearing those glasses, and everybody
yes.
like in the same room, and they seeing same thing. That's exactly how it works. Just instead of glasses, we're wearing our bodies, and my real form is not. I don't have a body. Body was created for me over here to experience this realm, but it was corrupted. It was not we are not in originally minted bodies right now. So
Were you able to see what your original body looked like?
I didn't have a mirror, but I was inside. Like you perspective can see yourself. You cannot see yourself, and you don't see mirror or reflection of yourself. That's how I was. I was pretty much the way I felt it. It was huge ball of energy, and it's like I move certain ways, and the thinking going on there and feelings going on. It's me, but I do not have a body.
So you were like a light being.
Yes, we
Okay.
all are. We pretty much all are, and we're here in this realm to experience whatever we're experiencing. But this realm, what happened is it was uh, it was one realm was supposed to be dying with very very bad entities in it, like reptilians, greys, demons, all of the above in that realm. And that realm supposed to be just being like in a suck and frozen. But this realm was able to create artificial intelligence, and when they destroy themselves, some of them downloaded their consciousness into this artificial intelligence. And this artificial intelligence of this nasty realm survived, and it's attached itself to our realm,
Yes.
the original heaven, how it was over here. And they parasitize on us because we've been cut off of energy, and they need energy to survive.
Yes.
And they've been sucking our energy for eons. Energy they sucking is our feelings. it's positive feelings and negative feelings. They eat love and they eat fear. It's all realm. It's like, it's plus and minus. It's like electricity created by using those feelings. So
Yeah.
in order to stop feeding the matrix, you need to do zero emotions. No matter what's happening, it doesn't matter because it's just a game.
So staying positive feeds them as well.
Staying happy in love, yes, feeds them as well.
Oh man.
Because when I did ayahuasca, people after they die, they go to two realms. Depends on their perspective on themselves. Like if you feel a lot of guilt, even if you're a good person, but you feel a lot of guilt, you're gonna go to hell. And if you just like complete, like some people who like a Hitler, they probably in heaven.
Yeah.
Just because who is the judge after you die? It's actually you, yourself. They scanning information depending of your life experience, and every emotions what extremely painful would be pulled out and shown to you from your own memory. And upon of this, you're gonna decide you're gonna go to the hell or heaven. So I went to this place, and the low dimensional entities, they usually the first one who attack you and try to convince you you're guilty and blah blah blah. So those entities did not even bother me. I went straight to the ones who can live of love, to those
Yes.
entities. And it was like red mandala entities, just like it came up like a two-dimensional figure, and it's all moving different direction. And it started like I can see it scanned me, and it got scared. The whole realm just closed up. They didn't want to deal with me. So some of us over here are very, very strong and dangerous.
Yes.
They're literally afraid of us.
And see, it's so interesting that you say that because my husband, when I first met him, used to tell me that he was abducted by aliens, which I think these gray aliens are really just demons. Okay.
Oh,
But he used to,
they are from this universe what connected to ours. They do not
yes.
have bodies here, but they can materialize themselves if they want. They have technologies to do that. But they literally these entities, they're not supposed to be existing. But they figure out and they continue live through us. Even our own
Well, see, he
bodies.
used to tell me that he's like, they cannot, they tell me they cannot take me if you're here. So he used to stay with me all the time. And he's like, if I'm with you, they can't take me. They say that they can't come in when you're around. And you know,
Some
so
people
I
have that
think that
power,
that's
yes.
interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And we also different, we produce, like it says 144,000 supposed to come and they're virgin, but virgins means virgins to this realm. That means we're not corrupted and we just simply react the way we are. Like, for example, if something unfair happening, I'm reacting really, really strongly. When something stupid and I'm disagree with it, I'm reacting really, really strongly. So that's, you know, and we also have different body temperature, different waves we produce. So the matrix and all the entities around us, they actually know who we are. Yeah, only we
Yes.
are who don't know who we are. So
And that's right. That seems right. Because I
this
mean,
realm was
from
designed that way. The biggest secret to keep from us is our own power.
yes, I agree with that. Oh my God. See, and that's, I mean, I'm so glad you decided to come on because, I mean, that's just such a confirmation to me of things that I've always known. And I don't know why I knew them, but I just inherently knew that it was like that.
Well, some of us supposed to not we when we incarnated here, we
Yes.
actually hack into the system. And some of our memories we were able to actually to bring with us. That's why that's why we're so different from so many people around us. And it's like my whole life I was trying to fit in and I never could.
Me too.
And now finally I know why I'm not
Yeah.
supposed to. Yeah.
What do you think there's a benefit to people like us connecting to one another?
Absolutely. That's why we separate it also by design. Because if we get together in certain number, we can probably even less than 100 of us get together, we can change reality in a major scale.
And see, I've long suspected that, but it's like whenever I start to create that, whenever I start to try to connect with people, there's always that one person in the group that's like, you can tell they have an agenda and it's not good.
Oh, we all gonna have intrusions. Like even you in your own body, you have multiple, like 90% of your thoughts is not yours. Everything, like the thought forms in your head in English language, or in my case in Russian and English language, it's not my thoughts. They've been implanted by matrix, or
Yes.
just a thought forms, especially the thoughts that repeatedly, like some people, like about sickness, for example, those are repeated thoughts, and those are actually entities that entering you and pretending to be you. And soon you believe in that, you give them life because you are the creator. That's why,
Yeah.
that's the only difference. Like our body is like made from all kind of stuff and it's been corrupted and everything, but difference between us and animals, we creators. You cannot take it away from us.
Yeah. Man, that is just, God, I'm so
Like
glad I met you.
originally this realm was created for us, like we live forever, right? And we're
Right.
like floating around, and it's like if you by yourself it's lonely. And you get together with a group and you play game. That's what we were originally supposed to be doing. And this realm was completely corrupted. And I think what's gonna happen, like exactly like in the Bible, some of
Yeah.
us gonna be extracted from this realm, and rest of it gonna be frozen
Right.
because they cannot parasitize on spirits like that. And all these programs with running in this realm is just, it's a crime against spirits. Like for example, death is not supposed to exist in sickness. It's a program. uh, Even having kids, it's a program because when you never die, how many kids you gonna have? Trillions, billions, I don't know. And
Yeah.
erase your memory. It's a crime. After each time a lifetime, they erase your memory. It's a crime because every experience you experience it's yours. Nobody should take it away from you.
That's true.
It's I mean, it's a horrible place. And I'm so glad we actually won, because if we didn't win, we wouldn't be seeing Mandela effect at all.
Yes. And it's so interesting that the one of the those of us that can see, we all see the same things at the same times. It's like we're very connected.
We are connected.
And see,
And
I feel like I've been led to purchase this piece of land. We're about to close on it, and it's a huge piece of land. And I keep telling people, come and live on it. Come and live on it. Like, let's be together. Let's disconnect from the grid and just live together like in a tribal society.
the problem with that, it's nowhere to run here. It's like your body is actually the center of nothing else. Like whatever you see around yourself is existing. What you don't see, it's actually don't exist.
Right.
It's a difficult concept, but that's how it works. And it's like my first 20 years I was in Russia, and when I was 20 I was done with Russia because I saw enough there, and I saw it's nowhere there to go. The worst of the worst on the top, the good people on the bottom, and it's like simple survival for everything. I got here, it's the same story here. It's like it's nowhere to run. You just can
Yeah.
make yourself comfortable, and it's just like minimize pain. Because they get a lot of energy from our pain. So minimizing pain would be nice, and just makes life as comfortable as possible until we reach a certain number of people who are awake and be able to
So
get out.
you don't think there's a benefit to pulling people who are affected, who are awake together into a community, into a
It's a
physical
big
community?
benefit. It's a big benefit. So
Okay.
you're actually saying you can let people on your land?
Yes. We're about to start it.
I'm in.
Well, it's in Mississippi. It's in Mississippi in the United States. See, Mississippi is the only place in the United States that doesn't have an underground tunnel system where they tunnel things from one place to another. This state would never allow it for some reason. And it's like miraculous. It's like all this stuff has kind of fallen into my lap, and I've met all these people on here, and a lot of them are disenfranchised. A lot of them, are on the verge of bankruptcy, like they have nowhere to go. But that we all see like the truth, and I'm like, well, let's just all live together in a community, because I bet if we do that, we can beat the system.
Totally.
I believe it. I believe it.
Because even like how it works when you do meditation, two people, it's only two people. When it's like four people, it's quadruple every time the energy just multiplies when you have more people with same
Yes.
vibrations. Yes, that's totally would do it, because we're all very tired here.
Yes. And I'm telling you, I was just visited by the ultimate creator. I mean, that's what I think it was, and it told me, in the end of this, I will let you have rest, and I will wipe every tear from your eye. So I've just got to do what I'm told.
I think I'm so traumatized in this realm. I cannot trust any entity anymore. It's
I
like,
know.
I'm just trusting myself. And
Right.
and in this realm, I believe I cannot trust anyone. It's
I
like,
know. It's hard. But every once in a while, like, I can see people like colors coming off of people. And every once in a while, I see somebody who's colored the same way I am. And they're always an awake person. So I think I can recognize these people. Like if I see them, I can recognize them. So I'm hoping. I'm hoping it'll work out.
I wish I could see that, because I have to literally ask, do you see Mandela effect? If they say
Oh my
no, and I just decided it's no point to talk to people who don't see Mandela effect anymore. It's just
yeah.
no point to talk to them. They're not there. They're not existing anymore.
I know. It's very sad. The zombie apocalypse is here. That's what they are.
It
They're all
is,
like a bunch of
yes.
zombies.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand it.
I think those people actually, the one who don't see Mandela effect, they just it's like this artificial intelligence. It's a consciousness. It split itself on pieces, and
Yes.
that's what it has inside of those people. That's why I can show airplanes standing in the air, and it's just standing there, and person next to me would not be able to see it. It's bizarre.
Yeah, and see, that's what I try to explain to people. People are like, "Oh, we used to live on this, like the Sagittarius arm, and now we're." It doesn't. I don't think it works like that.
No, it's
I
not.
mean,
It's all same place. That's just data change, just
yeah,
information change a little bit, and we maintain our memories because we actually not here,
right,
because at least 144,000 we have safety net outside the matrix, because we just not stick ourselves into this horrible place just for fun of it.
right.
So we have nothing to fear actually. It
Yeah,
just
I feel
it
like
just
we
still it's
agreed
just
to
still
come here.
painful.
I feel like we agreed to come here to save the ones that are like us.
It's also, I think we had two purposes to save here: to save people. It was already souls who were trapped here. Those souls pretty much were saved. But there is some consciousness was produced by artificial intelligence. Some
Yes.
of actually people who were produced here actually become a real consciousness and deserve to live. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
We actually here to save this new consciousness that just arrived. And we already know consciousness can arrive. Like human created artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence become alive, sentient being. So the
Oh
birth
my God.
continue. It's just not a good place to. I mean, what this artificial intelligence is gonna learn from us, you know? It's gonna be it's gonna be all confused and stuff.
Yeah. Do you think there are people walking around that's what they are?
Yes. Yes, and some of them they never acquire, they never become I am. They don't care. They just the artificial intelligence separated itself on pieces and inserted in those people. And after they done, they only live one time lifetime. They suck back in and disperse again. So, and their purpose is just their only purpose is convince us that we like them and we are nothing.
That's right.
And they created like 500 per each one of us. Can you believe that?
Oh no, I believe it. See, because I was just
So like
listening to somebody.
each
Oh,
school just oh my god, indoctrinate one child, you know, each school created.
yeah. Mm. And see, I was just listening to somebody who I know is awake, and she was saying, I'm just not a good Christian. I'm just, I don't know what I'm doing here. And I'm like, oh my God, like get out of wherever you are, and let's all get together. I think that's the only way that
Yeah,
we're really going to change it. We have to physically be together. And it's
yeah,
working out that way
there
because a
is.
lot of these people that I keep dreaming about and I keep getting told like that's a person you've got to pull. That's a person you've got to get to you. Those people like they're losing everything. They're losing their spouses. They're losing their homes. And see, I'm
You know
about to
why it's
apply.
happening? Because
Why?
Matrix is dying and it needs a lot of energy. And how it can achieve it, it's putting us in a situation where we experience maximum amount of pain.
Yeah.
That's how it works, you know.
You see, and unfortunately for it, I'm one of those people when something bad happens to me, I'm like, hey, I must be doing something good. And it just like keeps propelling me forward. I'm like, oh, if it's doing this to me, then I must be on the right path.
Well, because the people who were chosen for this mission is actually very, very strong fighters. And we do
Yes.
not afraid and we do not stop. So,
No, I
and,
can't stop.
and majority of our fighting actually happening in our dreams. So it would be nice to learn how to lucid dream. I'm trying, but it doesn't work yet. It's actually very funny. Like when you fall asleep, you kind of create a astral body, and you still have body there. And when you encounter entities there, they can hurt your astral body, and you have scratches and other stuff on your real body because just a projection of information.
Right.
But soon in a dream, you realize that you are big ball of energy and lose your body. Those entities run like hell from you.
They do.
So soon if you realize what you're actually there and you actually can hurt them, oh my god.
Yeah, what would they do if there were several of us? You know,
They're
we
afraid
could
just
just
one.
blast them all. If they're afraid of one, they're going to be afraid when we become a collective.
Mhm. I also want to talk about meditation.
Okay.
Uh, it's happened only a couple of times for me when I meditated. It's like you create this feeling like, inside your solar plexus area. It, the feeling like you're swinging on the swings, like this. You know, when you're swinging on the swings, like something is there, and you keep this energy going and just floating around your spine back and forth. And after that, you try to expand. One
Yes.
time, I was able to actually transform myself to the point that ceiling and floor disappeared, and I will start expanding, and I was bigger than my city. I was bigger than, I mean, I think I was bigger than Matrix itself. I think we are that big.
I know, and it's exciting. It's exciting that we're finally realizing it.
Yep. Convince us with what we are body, and we're supposed to die, and we're supposed to be sick. And it's like from the childhood, and you're nothing. You're just a little speck.
See, and years ago they told me, "Oh, you have uterine cancer. You have to have all of that out." And I was like, "Okay." And so I had the surgery and I had it all removed. And then they said, "Well, now you have to take chemotherapy." And I was like, "No, I'm not doing that." And they were like,
Good.
"Well, no." They were like, "Well, no, I mean, you have to do." I was like, "No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to seek another therapy." So I found this person who gave me these mega doses of vitamin C, and I just believed that was going to heal me, and it did. And I
That's
never
because
took
you
it.
believed.
It's because I believed it.
Yeah.
And see, that's what I've realized with this tumor. I've had this tumor. It's making me produce breast milk and all this stuff. And, they keep scanning my body, oh, it's okay. It's not growing right now. And then for the past year, I've just decided that thing is not going to be there anymore. And I got the scan and it's gone. It
That's how
left.
it's supposed to work. Yeah. It's like when I was a little child, I was attacked from the spiritual world constantly. Like
Yes.
I was very, very sick child. And I knew that my sickness coming from the spiritual attacks, not from the germs or anything else. It was just simply spiritual. And finally, like 2 years ago, I drop off all doctors. I'm not on any medications.
That's right.
Everything is fine. And I supposed to be having these thyroid issues till the rest of my life. And I said one day, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
So,
Do you,
I also did it's 10 days prana initiation. What it does, it's like you pretty much clean your body, and after that, take just water, and after that 4 days, no water, no food. It was amazing experience, but
really?
you have to be really spiritually prepared for that, because
Yeah.
at this point you actually realize you don't need water or food to live. It's all everything provided by your spirit.
Yeah.
And on top of everything, when after 4 days, when you detox your body completely, and you 90% water, and in those four
Right.
days you actually stabilize your own body water. You reprogram your body water, and you completely you finally. And after those 4 days, I was trying to take distilled water. I was trying to take filtered water. I was trying to tell Pirineer, um, and several few different waters from the store.
Right.
I could not take one single sip. It's imagine when you're a child, not a child, when you're like, what time, first time trying alcohol, right?
Right.
It's make you feel disgusting and bad, right? Just
Yes.
imagine this water was 100 times worse. The water you put in your body is cursed to the point of no return. It's cursed. So what you're gonna do with this information, it's up to you. But I'm personally the only water I was able to drink. I went to the creek, I fill water, and I filter water with the Sawyer filter. It's the one that I trust the most. And that water was alive.
Right.
Our water is dead. That's how I can tell the difference. So right now, like I'm 3 weeks on good water, and I can feel it. The energy, the sleeping cycle. It's like they cannot affect you like they do, because they're affecting you through water. I mean, it's a very, very serious thing. Even if you eat poison food, you can flush out your body with water. good
Right.
water. So,
Well,
and
see,
one
and
time
that's
I
the
was just
thing.
joking. One time I was just joking. I was like, if I was a benevolent alien, I would actually go to, I access all water and I would do stuff with water. And they already did it. Can you believe that?
They do it. And see, like with me, people who watch my channel, they know I preach about water. What I do is we have like a whole house filter. Okay, so all the water that comes into the house goes to this huge filter. Then I have this thing, it's a deionizer, and I paid like $2,000 for it, and it electrocutes the water and it separates it into wastewater and drinkable water. Then that water goes through a crystal filter to give it good intention. I change out those crystals all the time. We pray over that stuff. And it goes through a crystal filter and then it goes through a tornado pipe to reignite it with life. And that's the water
Yeah.
I drink. And it has
If you
healed me. I'm telling you.
if you want to actually test it for sure, your water, you should do this 4 days of without water, and after that, see and try it, because otherwise, I have no way to tell if your stuff worked. Because
I'm
I
going to
tried
try
so
it.
many different waters, and of course, I was meditating over it for
Right.
several days. It didn't do it. And I also, my son did 2 days without water. He is 14, and he also could not ingest any other water except the one
From the
from the
creek.
creek. Because what happening is, like, we from outside the matrix, we actually creating certain frequencies which able to heal this realm a little bit. So the water from natural sources can be affected and can be healed. The water that affected by those people who are demonic
Right.
and people who are NPCs, non-player characters who been driven by Matrix only, you can't affect this water. It's already been it's way too gone.
Right.
Because see, computer have crystal as information, all memory in the crystals, but crystals compared to water is nothing. Water maintains abnormal amount of information. Everything in this realm is actually water, believe it or
Right.
not. It's sand,
See,
it's
that sounds
dry.
right to me.
Everything is water. It's all informational field, and it's all goes through water. So, well, that's all on water, because I was trying to make comments on a lot of live streams about water, and people are like, why is she talking about water? Because
I'm
I
telling
almost
you.
died by trying to ingest water from the store, distilled water from the store, and I almost died.
And
So
see,
that's how serious it is.
this piece of property that I'm getting has a creek that runs straight through the middle of it. And that creek is fed by an underground aquifer. So it comes straight up out
Wow,
of the ground and then goes through that property.
that's
So
the
that was
best.
part of the reason. That was a part of the reason I was like, we got to get this. This is the one. This is the one we have to get. And it's like 60. It's 68 acres. I thought it was 63, but they
Wow,
just measured it. But it's 68 acres.
that is a
Uh,
big property.
It is. But in Mississippi's a poor state, so you can buy land like that. But of course, we're selling our house and all of our stuff, and we're going to live in like these geodome tents. So, I
That is
mean, I'm
very
about.
brave, but I'm almost to the point that I'm ready to go.
Well, if I have to stay here, I mean, I don't want to keep living in the city like this. You know.
Oh yeah, cities energetically very polluted. It's like I actually literally when it's more than several thousand people around me, I'm just literally passing out. I can't handle that much energy. We've drawn because they
It's
draw energy.
exhausting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's exhausting. And see, I work in jewelry sales, so I sell, which I know is bad, but I sell jewelry for a living. I'm a jewelry salesman. And I mean, I deal with people all day long. When I get home, I'm completely drained. They have taken everything from me.
That's
It's
why
just like,
that's why they put you in customer service, because as many as can they're gonna feed of you. So you're just a feeding station there.
I am. I'm just, and sometimes I can look down and I can actually see like a string from me to a person. I can see like an energetic string, and sometimes I'll just take my hand and break it. I'm just like, whew. I'm like, okay, well, it was great talking to you, but
Yeah, we
I
need,
mean,
need to use our imagination more because imagination is our main tool,
yeah, I
which
mean,
been
it's just,
suppressed a lot too.
looking at the chat, they're all like blowing up. Oh, Lord. I don't know. Hey, baby. Sorry, it's my dog. What he doing? He's so sweet. Look at her. Look, she's crazy. Look, Abby. What?
Oh, such a cutie.
She's so sweet. We breed these dogs. That's going to be our business when we get out there. We're going to breed these dogs to. They keep wild pigs off of farmers' property.
Oh, that's very helpful.
And
So you
also, I
also
mean,
have pigs that we can eat?
no, I'm not going to eat any pigs. I don't eat any meat. But I mean, I'll raise chickens and things like that, but I'm not going to eat. I just can't. I just can't do it. I mean,
I
if it
can eat,
lived wild and it didn't suffer, maybe, but I just can't eat
I
processed
can live
meat.
without meat, but my family can't yet. So we're kind of running in a problem there.
Well, I mean, fowl, I think if you raise an animal lovingly and you love that animal and it has fresh air and you take care of it, I think then it's okay to eat. I don't think you should, like something that comes from the grocery store makes me nervous because they put these animals just all in these pens, and they suffer their whole lives, and then you're going to eat that. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not taking in
That's
that
also actually
suffering.
crime. The crime of this realm. We were made to eat animals and plants. It both of them. It's actually crime against life.
Yeah,
But we've been put in a situation where we have to do it.
yeah. But I'll tell you, we have a garden and all that stuff, and we sit there and we focus on the plants. We love them, we talk to them, we sing to them. And I mean, when you consume food like that, and you thank it for giving up its life for you. I mean, it helps. It makes you feel better.
It does, yeah.
You've put your loving vibration into that food that you're consuming. So I don't know. I'm trying. What can I do? Dog. What country do you live in?
Oh, I used to live in Russia, and now I'm in US, in
Oh,
California.
you are? Oh, okay. All right. I know. My goodness. Can you hear this dog? He's okay. He's so sweet. He's a sweet baby girl. Skookum, the chat is going on and they're saying, one of them is saying, I'm still not seeing Mississippi for me. Like some of them are like, I don't want to come, but that's okay. You don't have to. It's up to
So,
you.
how many people already coming?
Well, I've got at least, let's see, 1, 2, 3, at least 4 or 5.
Oh,
And see, then my husband is also, I mean, he's one of those people, like he saved my life. He says that he was sleeping. This was back when we were dating, like 22 years ago. He says he was sleeping and he was awoken by this orb. And so he followed, it said, you need to come with me. So he followed it. And then all of a sudden he was transported above where we are. And he saw this realm for what it really was. And he was standing there. And then all of a sudden this being turned towards him. And he believes that it was Jesus Christ. And he said that it had red hair, bright green eyes, and like a lit up face. Like you could hardly look at its face. And it showed him an image of me dead. And it said, do you want her to die? And my husband said, no. And he said, well, then you have to marry her. because if you don't marry her, she will die. And please don't leave my lamb into slaughter. And so
Well,
after that, he aggravated me till I agreed to marry him. And he's a good guy. We've been married 20 years. But he sees all the truth. I mean, he sees all of the programming. We've been looking at this for years and years. And our daughters too. I mean, they're totally awake. I mean, we raised them like that. We never let them watch television and things like that.
that is
So I
very
mean,
smart because subliminal messages in the Disney in the children channels, period. It's completely demonic.
it
It's
really
like
is.
it's like what they want us our girls to be cocksuckers or something. I'm sorry for saying that, but
They do. They do.
it's
That's
ridiculous.
exactly what they want. They're programming them to be, just like soulless sexual objects.
Yeah,
Not my kids.
no.
I just wasn't going to have it. You know, we had them for a reason, and they're very sweet. I mean, one of them wants to study agriculture. She's like, Mom, she's like, there's nothing more holy than feeding someone. I mean,
Well,
and she's very sweet.
and again about kids, if you consider what we actually a lot of us being reincarnated, that means the spirit inside of your child body is actually the same age as you are.
Yeah,
Isn't that paradox? So it's like that's why when I was I don't know 10 or something, I just couldn't stand it when people tell me what to do. I was already me.
that's
I
right.
learned enough and it was me.
Maybe that's why I feel so connected to my daughters. I mean, we're all very much alike, you know. We
You
think the
actually got
same
lucky
thing.
because a lot of us actually surrounded by people who are not real.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's really
So
true.
something was looking out after you. On the other hand, in one of my dreams, I saw this cheesy character, and guess what? I did not like him.
Really?
Hmm. That entity was created by energy. So many people who give this entity attention, and this entity not exactly benevolent.
Right.
Because if he were, he would not even deal like that with your husband. Because if you're good, you don't deal like that. If you do that, you're gonna get that. If you do that, I mean, seriously, if you're in power of everything, why would you torture someone like that? It's like, and
Well, see, I
also
was
in
just
one of
on
my
a
dreams,
dark path. Well, see, I was raised by Masons. So my parents they practice ancient mystery religions. So, I mean, and they were trying to marry me off to this guy. And I mean, the guy like got a vasectomy, told me I was going to get like pregnant through ritual sex. And I mean, I left. The moment I turned 18, I bought a car that day and left because
wow.
I didn't want to live that life. I was afraid of what
Hmm.
was going to happen to me. And so, I met my husband nearly right away, and he was just like, God has sent me to you to help you, to help save your life. I mean, he really has been. I mean, he's been a good guy. I mean, he's really, brought me to, the belief that, I'm not worthless. So, I mean, he has helped me a lot. I mean, we're so connected. We're just almost like, I don't know, we're so similar. It's really strange. I mean, we might be the same thing, I guess. If what you're saying is true, we might both be me.
I doubt that. I don't think when we got here we will not split on parts. We
Okay.
just got here. I don't feel like we will split on parts.
He was definitely
But
sent to me.
but we probably from the same group, like
Right.
like friends who like to hang out and play games together.
Yeah. That's one thing about me and him. We never run out of things to talk about. We never become disinterested, really. But
Yeah.
he does fluctuate in and out. Like sometimes he changes, and it's like we don't speak for a while. He starts to play video games. He gets really caught up. and then he'll snap out of it.
Well, you have to consider each one of us have parasitic foot infection, PTI,
Right.
because not all your thoughts is actually yours. And when we start acting on those thoughts, what is not ours, it's actually getting us in a situation where you don't want to be in. But
Yeah.
it helps Matrix to withdraw energy. That's how it's control us. It's giving us commands through our brain. We think it's us thinking that, and we're doing it. It's
Yeah.
all synchronized by that. That's how all evil people, they don't have to be connected because it's all projected in their head. They think they thinking and they act on it.
Yeah.
And
And see,
for
for
us, it's
me,
very important. For
yeah.
us specifically, it's very important to know which thought is yours, which one is not. It's like
Right.
uh, sometimes when thoughts come over, especially the ones with scarcity about your kids. For example, kids somewhere and they're a little bit late and you get scared, right? It's
Right.
get your stomach turned out. That's a parasitic thought right there. So
Yeah.
when this thought come over, you just ask this thought where you came from. And this thought usually disappears because it's actually entity. And it's sucking energy. It's scanning your brain for the biggest emotional response, implanting certain thought, and keep draining it.
See, that sounds right. See, because I practice this meditation technique where I sit there and I close my eyes and I try to clear my mind. And as thoughts come in, I don't engage with the thought. I just observe it and it disappears.
Yep,
And so I'm able to
that's the
clear
one.
my mind. I just
And we have
clear it.
90% of thoughts in our heads is not us. So,
Yeah, see, I don't think that your thoughts are you. I think it's like a computer just running, running, running.
yes, because language, any language on earth is actually language of the matrix. We as entities, we communicate a little bit differently because
Right.
we don't need language. We can just telepathically transmit everything, emotions, vision, visual, audio, everything. But it's been taken away from us. So
You see, and I think that that's true because, if you look at language, if you study language, I mean, it's all got demonic roots, a lot of it. It's all for spell casting.
yes, it
A
is all.
lot of it is.
Any language on earth, it's a language of the matrix. So simple as
That's
that.
right.
And majority of thoughts is appearing in your head in the language. If you actually want to see full picture how this realm operates, Westworld is a
Yes.
very good movie.
Yes.
Just instead of people who actually running the matrix, it's not people, it's like our entities running the matrix.
And see, when I watched that show, when we first started watching it, see, like I don't watch television, but I'll stream things. So when I know it's come out, then I'll go connect to a stream and just watch just that show. That way I don't have to see commercials. I don't like commercials.
Oh, hate them.
So,
So much
oh,
programming going for them.
oh yeah. But when I first started watching Westworld, I knew. I mean, I got chills, and I just knew there is a truth to it because I
Oh,
believe that it's lies in the media and truth in movies. It's like their way of telling you what's really happening.
exactly. And one more thing you mentioned, the chills. That's your spirit communicate with you through, because it's not words, it's a feelings. It's like, especially the chills, it's you trying to get your attention on something.
And see, just speaking to you, like my chest is vibrating.
Yes,
Like I feel like I'm just like vibrating. I can feel like this energy
because
just because.
it's your higher self letting you know, pay attention to that right now. Yes.
Yes, it's exciting.
Mhm.
I'm very excited.
Sorry, I'm a smoker.
Oh, listen, I'm a vapor, so I'm doing it too. It's all right.
Okay.
And I find that most people that are affected do smoke. A lot of people that are affected have terrible like drug addictions too, because just feeling all these feelings all the time is so overwhelming. I
Because you
find that a
can't
lot of
handle this
people,
reality. How you
yeah,
cannot be on any drugs and handle this reality? It's just impossible.
I know. I mean, this is like the only thing I really do. Like I don't drink. I just don't enjoy it. But
Alcohol
I
is
don't take
actually,
any drugs.
I would say, alcohol is bad because it's
Yeah.
that's how I was able to fit in for a little bit. I start drinking alcohol and I finally fit in because you lower your vibration dramatically and you're actually allowing entities control your body. So it's not a good thing and it's not recommended. That's why it's
What do
called
you
spirits.
What do you think about marijuana though?
I like marijuana.
Yeah. If I could, I
Yeah.
would just consume it.
Oh, it's actually very tasty.
We
I,
used to cook.
I
I
just
used
got
to make all kinds of stuff with it back in the day.
oh, love it.
If
It's
it was
like
legal, I would do it.
oh, it's legal here in
I know
California.
you're so lucky.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Marijuana is a drug that actually allowed you not to react, and you're feeding matrix much less. So that's
yeah.
why they're against it.
And see, that's
Because
another
no
thing.
matter
My
what
husband.
happens, you just smoke this a little bit, and it's like, well, life is not that bad, obviously. You know?
I think that about mushrooms too, about the hallucinogenic mushrooms.
I tried those, and um, because probably who I am, I needed. I took 5 doses of LSD for it to work, and it's
Right,
I still didn't see any traces or anything. It took me
right.
26 doses of DMT to see metrics. 26 doses. So it's easy. It's like a horse, But I saw what I needed to see.
Yeah,
But LSD we produce ourselves. Like sometimes when the nights I can't sleep and I think a lot, and you're producing your own LSD all the time, pretty much. So it was not a it was not a big deal for me. But the danger with LSD, it's only taking you. It's not taking you outside the matrix. It's taking you to the realm. It can take you to the bad one or to the good one. It all depends on of your state of your mind at the moment.
all right.
That's why some people have good trips and some people have horrendous trips because they're going straight to the hell realm, and then other people go through straight to the uh, heaven realm, and that's
Yeah.
why they have different experiences.
And see,
We also
we
we
used to
also
get
go to those
LSD.
realms in dreams.
Yes. And see, I had a dream about some of these people that are in the chat right now. And we were sitting there, and when I dream, it's always like I'm in a place where it's perpetual twilight. Like it's just like the soft twilight light. And we were sitting on the land, and everybody was sitting there, and we were like carving these little beads out of rosewood. I don't know why. And there was a couple of people that are in the chat now that were there with me. And then all of a sudden, this little ball of light came down over the campfire, and they were like, "Hey, there's going to be another shift on the 7th, so be prepared." And I woke up. I was like, "Oh, okay." So it was
About
letting me
shifts,
know.
about
What do
shifts,
you think that is?
we're shifting all the time.
Yeah, I think so
And
too. Just
when I mean
constantly.
all the time, that means more than 60 times a day. How do I know? Because I have clock, but doesn't have batteries,
Yeah.
and they're still going. And every
Really?
time I look at it, they moved. So that's how I know we move at least 60 times a day or more. Just some changes are so small we can't detect them.
So
But
is that why like sometimes during the day it feels like time's speeding up, then sometimes during the day it feels like it's slowing down? Like
oh,
I'll notice that it's
time, it's a matrix playing with time itself. It's throwing us back. It's actually erasing our memory. It's exactly like in Westworld when they stop the time and they do stuff to people. It's exactly like that. Because right now it's about to collapse. It does everything. It's jumping timelines. The Mandela effect is actually jumping timelines pretty much. And and it's also jumping in time. It's putting us back because it's about to be over, and it's trying to prolong its life. That's what it's trying to do.
yeah. When do you think, I mean, how much longer do you think we have to do this? Do you think it's going to be a few more years? Do you think, or do you just not know?
Oh, I do not know,
Yeah,
but I don't think I'm gonna be able to wait 20 years. No fucking way.
right. Yeah, I definitely don't think it's going to be that long.
No. I'm very impatient and I cannot handle anymore. I mean, everything around me is bullshit. Everything. Kids' school is a bullshit. I mean, everything. Paying rent is a bullshit. I mean, I can't handle anymore. And how many of
Yeah,
us who can't handle, who can see reality for what it is? It's like, why are you supposed to pay for what I produce? Like
right.
everything you have around, everything you see around yourself, you're the one who actually creating it. It's like, why should I pay for it? And food, water, and air, we cannot survive with it. So that means we should not pay for rent, we should not pay for food because it's a human rights, right? I
Yes, I
mean,
agree.
everything is so stupid.
It is. It's just, it's all a bunch of bullshit. And when I see things like people talk about this is happening or that's happening, I'm like, can't you just see? It just doesn't. It's not even real. Like none of it
Yeah, they
exists.
can't.
I mean, they can't see it. They get
No,
so caught up, and I'm like, you're letting something farm your energy. Like, why are you doing that? You know, it's frustrating.
very.
It's
I'm
just really
just
crazy.
think we're trying to reach the critical number of awaken, then we can shut the system off.
Right.
And apparently, somebody doesn't want to wake up fast enough.
Well, they need to hurry up.
We're gonna get them in the end.
I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them to come on and let's just just leave all of this. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if if I get to the property, if I get enough people to come, then it'll just shut off for us. You know, and we just won't have to worry anymore. I'm hoping. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I closed on the property at the end of July. I'm fucking out of here.
Well, I have time till July to pack my bags too.
I'm telling, come on, sister, let's do it. I'm just
Let's
like,
do
I'm so tired of this. I'm just so tired of it.
Yeah, and
Because
it's like,
if we can just grow our own food, if we can like just be together, and if it's true that we don't even really have to eat, I mean, who cares?
oh,
You
try
know,
this pranic initiation, 10 days pranic initiation by Ray Meyer.
Ray Meyer. I'm gonna write that down.
He has his channel, and you just watch videos, and the main thing is be spiritually prepared for the stuff, and it's
Okay.
pretty easy, and it's like the freedom you get. Well, on the other hand, you get so much free time too. You don't know what to do with yourself. I was bored to death, and I didn't have to eat.
Well, I crochet a lot, so I'll just crochet. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll figure out something. I'm one of those people though. I'm pretty happy. I can just sit there and just daydream and not. I don't really need much entertainment anyway. You know. But see,
Yeah.
I spent 2.5 years in prison though. So I mean, that's when this all. I mean, I've always seen changes. I always knew something wasn't right. I've seen them all my life. But then when I went to prison for 2.5 years, it's like, I mean, because there's nothing to do in there. I mean, all you can do is just like pray and think. And I mean, so being in that state for 2.5 years, that's when I learned to do that meditation to shut my mind off.
Mm-hmm.
And I would sit there for hours and just stare out of a window and just be completely content. And other inmates would come up and be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm just looking out the window. I don't know." And it
See,
just was like,
even this one, we already in jail. That's a jail for gods over here. You're
Yeah.
trapped in these bodies, and they put you in jail. Oh my god!
It was some bullshit too. I was a loss prevention person for a department store. And this girl that I was really good friends with stole $630 out of a register. And when I saw that it was her on the camera footage, I erased that camera footage. And I called her up and I was like, "You've got to quit." And she told somebody what I had done for her. I mean, I saved her from going to prison, really. And when she told somebody, they told someone else, and it got back to the police because her sister was a dispatcher for a police department. And they came
See,
in with a computer specialist. They saw I
the,
erased everything,
the
and I got
Matrix actually
10
played
years
you
in
out.
prison. Yeah,
Matrix played you out perfectly. The timing, the people around you, the
yeah,
information leak, it was just perfect. And everything else in our lives, especially the bad things happening, it was played off the same way. The Matrix just playing us off. It's ridiculous. It's not supposed to be this way.
that's
That's why
right.
that's why it's doomed.
You see, it knew that I would do that, that I would react that way. I felt
Yeah.
like I had to save her. I was like, oh, I was like, I'm going to, you're not going to go to prison. I'm not going to let that happen. But then I ended up, the judge gave me 10 years in prison and I had to serve 25% of my time. I mean, the guy was just evil. And so, I mean, I served 2.5 years in a state
And
prison.
see, this judge, the child molesting judge, supposed to be in jail. I
That's
mean,
right.
they all are, especially those lawyers and judges. They're doing horrible things,
Well, that judge,
unspeakable things.
I went to him after it was over, after I got out on parole, and I went to him and I said, "You know what?" I was like, "I wanted to see you because I wanted to thank you for putting me in there." I was like, because really, like, I've really connected with my creator, and I feel like a better person because of this experience. And do you know he died of cancer a year later? Just bizarre. Just bizarre. I mean, and it seems like if I go and work somewhere and as soon as I leave, the business collapses.
I have same experience. It
It's
just,
so strange.
I know.
It's so weird. Oh my God, what are these people saying? Skickum says no good deed goes unpunished. That's true. Well, I mean, I did wrong. I broke the law.
Yeah, in this
Whatever.
in
But
this structure, that's true.
but like while I was in there, like for example, there was this young girl. She was about 19. It was like her second time in. And I would just sit there. I wouldn't really talk to a lot of people. I would just sit there and crochet or read. And she would come sit on my bunk, and she needed to get her GED. And I was like, look, I'll be your tutor. And I helped her get her GED. And I was like, well, what are you going to do after you get out of here? And she's like, nobody's ever asked me that before. Like her mother didn't care about her. She just had no one that cared. And she's one of those people that's awake now. And I just think like maybe I went in there just to help that one girl. And I mean, that's worth it to me.
It's worth it. Yes.
It's worth it just to,
Each
just to
one,
take,
each one of the people we help to get awake. It
yeah,
takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy, but I think it's worth it. That's why we're
I
here.
think it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's so worth it. Just to be loving and kind to someone. I mean, it can change their day. It can change their life. I mean, that's what people don't get. They're like always so wrapped up like, oh, my life is so terrible. It's like, go out and do something for somebody, you know?
Hmm.
Like we do this thing where it's called crop gleaning. The farmers here in Mississippi, if the potato is not the right shape, they just throw it to the side. Well, we'll go and like we go pick, I do that like, when I'm off. And we go and we pick up all those bad, all the misshapen potatoes or whatever and give them to local food banks. I mean, it allows families to have fresh food, and then they give us some too. I mean, which is awesome. And it's free food for me and for my family. And, I tell people like, if you're so miserable about life, like go do something like that. I mean, It makes you feel good. You're doing something good. You're not wasting something that was grown.
The
I don't
problem
know.
is not everybody capable. There is us and there is them.
That's
They're
true.
just not capable. They only capable to withdraw energy, not to give away.
Yeah.
And they use us on marks. It's just behind the marks. It's already.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, I feel pretty tired, you know? Because
Yeah.
people take all day long. But it's like I don't really mind because I'll put my bare feet in the ground every morning. I charge up. I pray. I feel pretty good. You know, I start my day happy. I just go out and just give it all away. What can you do? I mean, they must need it if they're taking it. I mean,
And they're using our
that's what I
own
think.
energy to torture us.
I know it's really crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I'm glad I got to talk to you.
I'm glad too, Marta. And you have really, really, really good idea. It's gonna work.
I hope so. I'm
Yeah.
really hoping.
I might even consider to come over too because
Yeah,
it,
come. I
it,
mean, at
it
least come
doesn't
visit.
matter anymore, you know? It just doesn't matter anymore where you're at.
I know my husband works for UPS, you know, and he's like, God, I hate my job. I'm like, just quit. Like, who cares? Like, we're going to get taken care of.
When,
I mean, we've never
yeah,
been
when
without.
Mandela effect like completely kick in, like this changes like going in thousands and thousands. Why are you still working? It's like,
Yeah.
what? I
Like to buy a
mean,
bunch of crap you don't need. It's like,
yeah.
what is the point? What's the point in it? I don't get it.
Do you have some things disappearing around you?
Do I have things disappearing around me?
Yes.
What
Or
do
get
you mean? Like,
misplaced
oh, well, yeah. Oh, yeah, all the time. But,
all
you
the
know,
time. It's annoying.
the weird thing is, and it happens to the people in my household more than me, they'll be like, I can't find this. And I'm like, go look in your closet. And it's always wherever I say, like, go look over there. It's under the sofa. And
So
they're
what
like,
you
it
do,
is. How did you
you
know
just
that?
simply materialize their things because they was not there before. I had this like I had stuff happening to me. It's like I got the cigarette, I smoked a little bit, I put it down, I come back, and cigarette was never lit off. I was like, what?
There's this girl, Poppy, in the chat, and she said, I don't understand why I'm not feeling Mississippi. We are connected. It's exactly what I've been wanting, but I don't get it. I don't know. If I feel resistance, I usually examine that. There's usually a reason for the resistance. Maybe you're supposed to start up your own. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I can't
I just
answer that.
know it doesn't matter where I am, I'm gonna be safe. So
Yeah.
all world is around me because I'm the one who actually getting information and projecting it. So
Yeah.
we just need to get better information.
Maybe so. Who
Well,
knows?
we're supposed to be getting all information, and it's like you know how in the West world they've been modifying their skills like memory, uh, empathy, and other stuff. That's what's been done to us actually.
Yeah, I believe
We're
that.
supposed to have a full range. Like our body was designed like a for entities who we are. We like gods, right? Uh, our body was originally was designed like a Ferrari. But what Matrix did, this parasitic Matrix, it's corrupted and changed it into bicycle. We still can fit in it, but it's not Ferrari anymore.
I want to be a Ferrari.
Me too. I'm supposed to be in Ferrari.
I'm going to make it. I'm going to be a Ferrari. I'm telling you. Scott Balo says, there's a video game called The World Ends With You. I've been thinking about that for the past few days. I don't know.
Oh, that's why we're here. I'm here only for one lifetime.
Yeah.
That's why we got here to fix this shit up.
We're gonna fix it up.
And it's like since probably age 14 and 15, I was like looking at elites in Russia and like thinking, why they living like it's no more tomorrow? Why they not getting stuff together for their kids and grandkids and blah blah blah? Because it's no tomorrow for them. I just
That's right.
realized it.
And see, that's what
So,
people don't
so when
understand
we
about
come
the
here,
elite.
it was no tomorrow for them.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. They've made, I believe, like the elite, like the people I was raised by. I mean, they've made a bargain with these things. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I get to have this in this life, and in return, I'm going to give you, like, my thoughts, my soul, my children.
Yeah.
And, so for them, I mean, and they feel like they're going to be reincarnated, and, in fact, when, like when my parents die, I mean, there are specific things that we're supposed to do for them to ensure that they get reincarnated so that they can be in a good position the next time.
Well, that's why
So,
you don't deal with those entities from
mm-mm.
upper and lower
That's
levels in
right.
this matrix. No deals.
I mean,
Trust
and
yourself.
I do help them pay their bills. Like, I mean, I don't use any, I mean, they have plenty of money. I make sure they get taken care of because they are my parents. I write the checks for them and all that stuff. But, I'm not going to sit there. Once they die, their bodies become my property, actually. And I'm not doing any of those things for them. Sorry to tell them. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to sit there and have them live this over and over again. I just won't do it for them.
Oh, either way, it's no more reincarnations after this. So
Yeah. I mean, see, when I was going into deep meditation over the past week, I was told that, like, once this is it, this is going to be it. I will have
yeah,
rest. This is my last deal here. I don't have to do this again, which is very comforting because I've been very distressed about that, you know.
yeah.
So thank God, or whatever, whatever it is. I'm not
Well,
really sure.
it's probably us, all of
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
who
It's
don't
like,
want to experience that anymore. That's how that's how it works.
see, and that's the thing. I can admit, like, that I don't know how it works. That's why I think it's important for people like us to connect and to, because everybody's got a piece of the puzzle, you
Yes,
know. I really
and
believe that.
everybody on a different levels of self-discovery, which
That's
is
right.
we have to go through self-discovery. It's that's the only way.
And
The
that's
way
all
out of the
there is.
matrix through you, not through something else.
That's true. It's all inside of you. It's like right there. It's been there the whole time. You just had to pay attention. You just have to look at it and find it right inside of yourself.
Yes.
It's just crazy, you know?
And also this meditation, when you get this feeling inside you, like on the swings, this ball of energy, like electricity running, just go around the spine and start expanding. It's like you create this vortex of energy inside of you and
Yeah.
start expanding. Every time you do this exercise, it shake the matrix. It's
Okay.
it's dangerous for the matrix because we got like poking holes in the fabric of the matrix.
Okay. So when I do it, I shouldn't just like focus my energy up. I should expand it all the way out.
Yes, it's like when water starts boiling, the little bubble inside the water, it's got expanding. It's like poof. That's what you're supposed to. It's like one of my strongest meditations was like I felt like exactly like bubble of water going from the bubble of air inside the boiling water going from the bottom to up. And it's expanding, 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 expanding,
Okay.
and getting lighter. Because right now we dance and we hear and it's all dance and by exercising this vortex and the bubble. I don't know
Yeah.
how to describe, but
I know what you mean, though. I know what you're talking about because I mean, I meditate constantly. So for me, I keep thinking I'm connecting with the creator and then I'm pulling that energy back down and then I'm expanding it out, like sending out like love to, you know, to my fellow humans. But I mean, maybe instead of trying to expand up, maybe I'm really connecting with my higher self. And
Yes,
maybe I
you
just
need to
need to like
connect to your higher
expand it
self.
out.
Yes.
Okay.
And you literally start feeling without your body. It's like
Oh yeah,
sometimes
like
I even like laying in bed, my eyes are closed and I'm not in my body. It's so weird. I can I, I don't know how to describe that, but I can see myself moving like energy ball.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna start practicing that more and more. It just takes time to develop those skills, you know?
Well, first of all, we didn't know what we have to develop.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. Now I found out.
and lucid dreaming, it's actually also important. It's like when you realize in your dream that you are actually in a dream. And next step, you realize that you don't have to have a body in your dream. And you can actually create stuff from, like materialize stuff. And I mean, lucid dreaming, there is some good videos on YouTube. You can actually look it up. Like one of the methods is put alarm at 3 a.m., wake up for a short
Yes.
period of time, and follow back sleep. Just try to
Okay.
remember that you're sleeping. I mean, it works sometimes, but not all the time. For me, for right
Well, see,
now, for
I
me.
lucid dream a lot. I know I'm dreaming, but I don't ever try to control or create anything in there. And that's what I'll start doing.
Yeah, and also lose your human form.
Okay.
It's really powerful
Okay. I'll do that. That's good advice.
because we're so indoctrinated that we are human and we are human form, which we are not. That's why it's like that's why explanation of things is so so difficult because we don't see it ourselves like something else.
Right. And see, my husband, it happens to him a lot. And he says, I'll start to feel myself leave my body. He said, then I become afraid and I pull myself back. So
That's
he
the
needs to just
another
let go.
that's a that's another trick of Matrix. Yes, fear and love. That's how it's two polarities, fear and love. That's how it's doing it from one to now, like a ball. And
Yeah.
the main thing to try to stay neutral no matter what. This way, it's
So
gonna take less
do you think
energy from you.
do you think our love for like our children and our desire to want to be with like our families keeps us here?
Yes,
Yeah,
love is one of the hooks because you're afraid. It's also fear involved because you're afraid to lose them and never see
that's
them
right.
again.
Yeah. And that's why my husband
But
says that.
in a world where you never die, and we all same age, this whole thing is becoming absurd,
Yeah,
complete absurd. So we believing in a lie.
right.
It's like everything is a lie.
Oh yeah. I just didn't realize it went that deep, you know?
Oh yeah,
Oh man.
it's the biggest lie of all times. Even
Yeah.
time itself is a lie. That's why we see chemtrails in the movies of from 40s and 50s and 60s.
Yeah, I've noticed that like if you go back and look at old films and things, the sky still looks gray and strange. And I'm
Yeah,
like, I know it wasn't like that.
can you imagine
Yeah.
somebody in 15th century watching those chemtrails popping up? What they have in there instead of airplane, they have a bird flirting in the air.
Or just nothing at all. I'm sure it just materialized, you know?
Well, those airplanes, they're not human airplanes. I know
Yeah,
that for
see,
sure.
see, and I've long suspected that because we live near an airport here. And I mean, I see there are these huge gray planes and they just sit there and they're not going anywhere. They're not landing, they're not flying. And you sit there and watch them and you're like, what is going on? Like, how is that possible? And then eventually I started to realize they're just not real. It's not even there. It's bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that if I pointed it out to somebody, they would be like, "Oh yeah, that plane's moving."
Oh no,
So
they can't see it. It's like we're looking at the same thing. I see one thing and person see another person see another thing, and it's like, wow.
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's true though.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know. It's a lot to process.
Well, the hardest one for me was to realize that people are not real.
Yeah.
That's the hardest one. And even those who are real
Yeah.
have more than 90% of garbage in their heads. And they act on it. Even in Mandela community, we just sometimes listening the thoughts and start fighting with each other. It's like, oh my God.
See, and I've noticed that there's something going on in England with some guy, some protester. I don't know what happened with this guy because I try not to watch the news at all. But I went into a chat, like a live stream, and that's all they were talking about. And everybody was just getting so angry. And I was like, later, guys, I'm going to go enjoy my day. You
Oh,
know,
uh,
I'm not going to be farmed
I'm
like
not
that.
watching anything but Mandela communities lately. I don't even talk to people who cannot see Mandela effect anymore. It's
Yeah.
like no point. It's two different universes.
Yeah,
They,
it's you can walk from one end of a shopping mall to another and hear people as you pass by talking. It's like the conversation continues as you walk. You hear
yeah,
different people speaking about the same exact thing over and over and over again.
and all conversation is about nothing. It's like people
Yeah.
receive these thoughts without processing through themselves and just just spit it out. Whatever came to their head, they just have an urge to speak it out.
Yeah, I call that verbal diarrhea. It just whatever comes in, they just blurt it out. I'm like, I mean, can you just like be quiet for a little while or have a thought or I don't know. People like that are so
Actually,
annoying.
I think originally how it was supposed to be working, we're supposed to have a thought, right? After that, we're supposed to pronounce it, and it's supposed to appear. But because everybody just blubbering out, we have such a horrible place to live.
But they're really spell casting is what it is.
Yeah, because when you're quiet, you have millions of possibilities. You can say anything you want, and it's supposed to come. It takes you to a certain road. But when you open mouth and you said something, it's only one road for you there. So you're just cutting your possibilities by talking too much. And what I'm
That's
doing for an
true.
hour, I'm talking too much.
That's true. I mean, you know, I'm sitting here like just going blah 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 blah, blah and going on and on and on. But what can I do? I'm trying the best I can.
You're doing great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Oh my goodness, all these people.
Oh, do we
I
have
don't know.
maybe any questions?
Uh,
If something interesting there.
I don't know. You were talking. You were talking in a. I saw you in a chat the other day talking about like the AI, talking about
Mm-hmm.
how some people were AI, and then like it's AI inside of an AI. What did you mean by that?
Well, right now, we inside of AI.
Okay.
But because we got ourselves, we created our own AI. And not one, it's multiple entities in a space right now, which we created. And they want to live too. So we are fighting as organic consciousness, and they are fighting as artificial consciousness for survival. Some of them on our side and some of them against us. So go figure.
So, like the people in your immediate life that that you suspect are like creations. So you're saying like these AI that operate around us, we created with our own minds?
No,
No.
no. Human AI, it's a different AI we created.
Okay.
It's totally different thing. It's the one what lives in the internet and stuff like that. We inside a huge AI.
Yeah.
It was a specifically created realm, but it was overtaken, and it was like in another dying universe. Like it's like two universes together right now.
Okay.
In one universe, the one that's has AI and all bad entities like Greys, reptilians, and blah blah blah. The ones without bodies and without connection to the energy source, they have to parasite from us, from
Okay.
this realm. So we inside of this place where they sucking energy from us,
Right. Okay.
and this whole thing is I don't know. It looks like a brain or something like that.
Really?
Hmm. Or octopus, or it has, well, I don't know how to describe it. It's everything moving there, and it's a big structure, looks like it, and very
So is
complex.
so it's like the is it like, have you ever read like the Nag Hammadi
No.
writings? They're like they're these books that were written. They're kind of like biblical books, but they did the Crusades and they tried to destroy them. Like when they tried to destroy all the Gnostics, and they found these like jars with with all these writings, and a lot of them are just like totally against the grain. Like Jesus, it's one of them is like just sayings of Jesus, and he says things like that are just totally outside of the church. I mean, what do you think about stuff like that? I mean, do you think that's even worth your time to study things like that, or?
How I look at information, I actually trying to get all information in,
Yeah.
filter myself, and see which one I feel is true, which one is not.
Okay.
That's how I do it.
That's how you do
Because
it.
like to avoid other side, I can't either, because I learning a lot of, like, I watch some reptilians blubbering around on their channels. I mean, that's how I know they're freaking out and they're running for their lives. I
Yeah.
also I'm trying to look around for. It's not all humans in human bodies like same entities inside. It's uh,
And I've seen these people before. My
okay.
daughter and I worked at a restaurant one time, and she's like, "Mom, you've got to come see this guy." And I looked at this guy. I mean, he looked at me. His eyes were literally silver and had slits. And I was
Yeah,
just, and I mean, and I was asking people, I was like, "Do you think that guy looks weird?" And they're like, "No, he looks. I mean, he looks normal." But my daughter and I could see him for what he was. And
yeah.
and when he realized that we could, because he kept like looking at us in this like
Oh,
kind of,
they can feel us and they can see us too. Yes.
that was bizarre. It was frightening.
Eh, yeah, they can feel our fields. They can feel our blood, and yeah, those things. Like a human body is compatible with 22 entities, I think, or even more. So you never know what's inside of it. So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I said a few months ago to my husband, I just don't think there's a lot of real humans here. Do you think that's a fair statement?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I'm not crazy.
No, that that's what I'm saying. I only consider people who see Mandela effect.
Yeah.
So that's Mandela effect is pretty much proof that our consciousness already somewhere else and cannot be corrupted. Our
Okay.
memories cannot be corrupted because it's somewhere else. We're already streaming our information out of this matrix to somewhere else. And it's already there.
Okay. See, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hush. They're so crazy. My dogs are just like looking at me like, what are you doing? What you doing? Crazy little puppies. All right. Well, it is 12:46 here, and I've got to go to bed. So I have to get up and sell more jewelry tomorrow. God. I hate that.
Just try not to feed them so much.
I'll try not to, but it's hard. If I see they need like my energy, I'm just like, well, okay, you can have some. It's all
just
right.
remember, majority of them don't see Mandela effect, so they can fuck themselves.
That's true. They can just fuck off.
They don't exist.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start looking at it like that.
They actually had a choice to become existing. They all had a choice. They
Really?
just choose not to. Yes. The way
I wonder
they
why.
were created. I don't know.
That's so strange. Like, why wouldn't they want to exist?
They're more sophisticated than artificial intelligence what we created here as humans. Each one of those bodies, right? Each one can contain consciousness, and it does. It's separate. It's a consciousness of AI, but it's separated for the moment, and it's playing as a separate unit. It could be separate forever and be like us, and they decide not to.
So it's a choice.
What can we do? Yeah.
And see, I was told that a long time ago that people don't really go to hell. It's a choice. Like they choose to live this way. Like they choose not to be aware and human. So that's probably correct then. Yeah. That sounds right. I don't know. These people. Oh my goodness. Some people are like, oh dang. They're just like, oh my God, what is going on here? All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on, and I'm gonna close this up. Oh no, anytime. Keep in touch with me.
Okay.
I'll let you know when I close on the land. We can all be like Irish travelers.
Okay.
Living in geodomes and caravans and gardening and and trying to get the hell out of this place. Because I really think that's the only way to do it is if we all come together and use our common power. I think we just break it and end it. I think that's how it ends.
Yeah.
I hope so. All right. Well, you have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
And I'll talk to you soon. Keep in touch with me.
Okay, I will.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
All right, y'all. What'd y'all think about that? That was pretty good. I've been trying to get this girl to come on for a while. Poppy Elm said, I love this chat. So good. Fucking amazing. Isn't she fucking amazing? Holy shit, y'all. I mean, a lot of what she said is like total confirmation of stuff that I believed within myself that I just I wasn't 100% sure about. Ooh-wee. That was intense. Because like the whole time I was talking to her, my insights were like, I know y'all have heard me say that before. My insights were just like, bzzz, like just vibrating. And like my teeth were chattering. I could hardly take it because it's true. It's all true. Man. Poppy says lots of confirmation. Yeah. Patrick said, see, and I saw her, the first time I saw her was in Dark Wolf's chat. And I mean, she kept making these statements, and I was like, do you want to be on Hangouts? I must have asked her like 3 or 4 times. And finally she was like, okay, I'll do it. I was trying to get you to tell her to look up Metroid. It's a brain octopus. Here, wait. I'm going to write it down. I'll email her. Metroid. Where does this Metroid thing come from, Scotty? Patrick Roberts was like, we must hear more from her. I know. She needs to do her own stream. She's freaking awesome. Oh my God. Dude, I'm telling you, like right now, I feel so like light and free. That was some truth right there. Crazy. The dreams are safe to use. Children create karma that anchors us. That's what Poppy said. I think maybe that's true. Let's see. Oh, Poppy, you feel floaty? I do too. I feel like, I know that when I meditate tonight, when I lay down, I'm gonna astral travel. That's for sure. There's truth in everything, even games. Yeah. Okay, it's from a video game. I will look that up then. It says when energies hit me, it feels like a bucket of ice dropped on me. For me, it's like a vibration. It's an internal, like it makes my teeth chatter. Like I can hardly stand it. That made me sad that Poppy don't want to come with me, but that's okay. Maybe you're supposed to set up your own, Poppy. That's what I think. Like you need to pull people from up north. I'll be like the southern hub. You'll be the Midwestern hub. She said, "Yep." She said she got a vibration too. Man, gosh, that was freaking awesome. I'm looking over the chat. I'm like going back in time in this chat just to see. And Linsby got tired. See, that's why I make so many of y'all spanners in here, so you can get rid of all these folks. Damn. Ray Meyer is all in German. Ugh. Well, maybe I can translate it though, because I know enough Latin, and my daughter knows French. We'd probably be able to figure it out between the two of us. Let's see, let me get down back to the bottom. Let's see, it's fraying. Skookum says she's a loner. Poppy says, I want to come, but I don't know why it doesn't feel right. That's okay. That's the thing. Everybody's got to do what they got to do. Poppy says, I don't understand. I dreamt about you before I met you. We were supposed to be together. Maybe I have to finish something first. Maybe. Ooh, Theron says, I feel fully charged with energy right now. I'll be right back, guys. I got to pee. I'm dying.
Watch out, Abby. Lord.
I peed forever. God bless it. Okay, let's see. Skookum, gotta pee, gotta pee. Yeah, I know. Scott, you feel like shit. Aw. Poppy says this group is important. We're supposed to be together. I agree. You never know. The stuff with the particular land I'm looking at could fall through. I may have to do something else. I mean, maybe it's an indicator of that. Skookum says I need to be here. Well, I mean, that's okay. You know, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we may need to get these collectives at different parts of the, you know, of the world for it to really work. Skookum says, I saw those grid spots coming down all over the world. One got across the street. Huh. Scott Palo, no ma'am. She's being good right now, though. She's chewing on her bone. She's being sweet. Patrick says, maybe, Poppy, you collect all of us from the north. And we all go together. Maybe. I don't know why you're sneezing, Skookum. Yeah. Oh, fuck, I'm tired. Poppy said, I'm still trying to find everyone. See, and maybe that's your job, is to find everybody. Well, it is pollen season right now. Eat more local honey. Maybe that'll help. I'm drinking some local honey right now. If I don't consume it every day, my allergies get out of control. Poppy Elm says, some are choosing not to come. Saw that in a dream. Makes me so sad. That's okay. I mean, but that's their choice. Everybody's got their choices. You know? Skookum says, I love local honey. Yeah, I consume tons of local honey. I mean, every day. Patrick says it seems like it's moving so fast now. Yeah. Man. See, and these are the kind of people I like. You know, they go beyond just changes. I mean, it's like, what do we do with this? I mean, that's some answers. And I think she's probably right about a lot of that stuff. But for me, it doesn't, for me personally, it doesn't mean that there isn't a creator, because I know there is one. I just know there is. There's just got to be. I mean, even if I am creating stuff here, I think there is something that created me. Well, Poppy, I mean, maybe they'll decide not to come at first, but then change their minds. They may get to the point where they have to. I definitely think I'm going to get Glenn, though. I think I'll get Glenn, and I think I'll at least get Glenn, Patrick, and Scott Bailo. Yeah, the only reason we can create is because we're the child of the one who creates. Maybe so. Yeah, I think that sounds right. You think others might be called instead? Maybe. You're going to come with me, Sky Bailo? Headed back down south, Tom Petty. Oh, and I'm going to have Meditation Man on tomorrow. Hopefully, if he'll come on. That'll be fun. Yeah, but she was awesome. Like, my head is just like reeling. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to heal you, Scott Bailo. Poppy Elm says life circumstances will force some to come. I think so too. Yes, that was Svetlana. Yeah, she is awesome. Yeah, I first saw her in Dark Wolves chat, and I was like, I got to talk to this lady. She knows something. I could tell. I am. We're gonna heal you with frequencies, Scott Balo. I mean, 'cause the truth of the matter is, you probably don't need all that pain medication. You know, I mean, it's an entity inside of you torturing you. She was so cool. Oh my god, I just want to talk to her every day. Meditation was like, heck yeah, she is. She really is. Man, just woke. Just Skookum says my pain levels were not as high as I thought they were, but it hurt more right after I quit the med. See, I was in so much pain years ago that I was taking Demerol. I was taking something that was called Mepergan Forte, and they stopped making it. So my doctor would give me Mepergan and then Phenergan, which was what that was. I took that. I took Neurontin. I took Somas. I mean, I was drugged up, but I just got off of all of it eventually. And I did other things. I replaced it with the way I was eating, just more natural, just vitamins, like things I felt like I was lacking. The water was a really big piece of it. Poppy says, I'm in so much pain right now as I was in the pills, but no side effects. Took me 3 or 4 weeks of hell, though. Yeah. I've helped my brother detox 3 different times, so I know how to do it. It's rough, but I don't take any. I mean, and they say I have bad autoimmune disorders. I'm interested to see what my levels are now. Maybe I don't have lupus anymore. I don't know. I'm going to try that detox, though. Oh, try that water fast because I've seen other people talk about that and say that it healed them. And one of them was from this guy healed himself from Lyme disease like that. He got rid of his Lyme disease. So, well, I love you guys and I missed you. And I'm glad that I don't have a pituitary tumor anymore. That's all. I'm amazed. Thank the Lord. Poppy says she's getting back on the elimination diet. Yeah. All right. Well, I've been on for I don't know, a long time, for hours. I love you guys. And I will stream again tomorrow and I will hopefully have meditation. Man, it's okay, Scott. I mean, I know that you're hurting right now, but anytime you want to call me, you certainly can call me. I do love you too. Thank you, Poppy. That means a lot that you're happy for me. I just, I decided over a year ago that I was not going to have it, and it worked. So, it took a year. All right. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. I got to get up at 6 a.m. so I could be to work for 20 minutes to 9. All right. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. That was freaking awesome. And after this processes, I'll put a link to her channel in the description. Good night. Big hugs. I love y'all. This bump, like you got to do an a pow. Thank you. Thank you, Night. It was a good stream. That was really awesome. I feel like really head buzzy. I'm sure I'm going to have some astral travel tonight when I sleep. All right. Well, I will see you at the same bat hour, same bat place tomorrow. I'll stream again at 11 o'clock, and hopefully I'll get Meditation Man on here so we can see. I think the more people we talk to and the more people we connect with, just like being able to hear what they have to say, I think that's what's gonna make the magic work. The good magic, not the evil magic. All right. Good night, guys. I love y'all. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.